Political analyst is joining us live. Gyanendra Mishra, we've just seen, of course, Lok Sabha get adjourned till 12 noon. Ruckus by the opposition once again today. But quickly coming to, of course, the big news story that came in at the start of Parliament proceedings today. Another Gandhi in Parliament, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, who, of course, made a winning electoral debut, has taken oath today as Wayanad MP officially. What impact is this going to have on the Congress's prospects in Parliament?
So Uday, thank you for having me. So it would be really an interesting, the development and the Priyanka and Rahul, both presence in the Parliament would be really an interesting to watch out how they play out and, in the opposition's roles and galvanize not only the Congress party, but the opposition as a whole to counter the ruling dispensations on the various issues that is plaguing the nations and as well as the various bills, critical bills which are pending before the parliament. And yes, it would be an historical moment because now the two members of Gandhi family are both in Lok Sabha and although obviously the Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi have been the member of the Lok Sabha together for a long time, but Priyanka chose not to enter into an active politics in the sense of contesting the election. But she has been, as you all know, is a crucial player behind the scene and campaign extensively and have been the part of the strategic decisions and thinking of the Congress party. But now being in the Lok Sabha, SE would be required to play a very different role now. And this combination of Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi, both in Lok Sabha, as I said, will create a huge moral booster for the Congress party and its worker. And it would be really interesting to the watch the debut of Priyanka Gandhi and had a new role as a parliamentarian and anchor of the Congress party's strategy and debate in the parliament.
Radhakshmi Joshi, political analyst, also joins us now live. Radhakshmi Joshi, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra taking oath. She also interestingly showed the constitution while she was taking oath. That's something that her brother did as well earlier in the year when he had taken oath, in clear messaging to the government.
Good morning, Uday. And yes, both the Gandhi siblings have somehow thought that there is this, they have been creating this narrative about Samvidhan Khatre Mein Hai, which has been countered, I think, in recent times very effectively in the past few months by the BJP. So they have actually pointed out a whole lot of places and a whole lot of occasions on which the Gandhi family themselves, as part of the Congress, they have actually made amendments to the constitution. So I think that actually should put all those debates to rest. Now coming to the fact that yes, there is one more Gandhi family addition to the parliament. So now all three members of the Gandhi family will now be a part of the parliament, two of them in the Lok Sabha and one that is Sonia Gandhi ji in the Rajya Sabha. So this actually adds to the Congress female voice, and that also apparently most people think that Priyanka Gandhi is a better orator than Rahul Gandhi. So it adds to the strong voice to the Congress. But at the same time, actually, it is very ironical that on the very day that Priyanka Gandhi won in Wayanad, that was the same day on which the Congress had a very humiliating defeat in Maharashtra. So it actually points out to this strong lack of an organizational strength of the Congress. So this thing, I think that now Priyanka Gandhi has a lot of challenges ahead of her in the fact that most people have, I think, more expectations from her than they had from Rahul Gandhi. So now she is kind of expected to not only re-energize the Congress strength in the parliament, which I hope will be a more constructional one, as you can see that parliament is being adjourned every day in even in the face of very important bills. So that I think is a very wrong precedence, which I hope that Ms. Priyanka Gandhi will actually look at it in a more constructive way rather than just simply following this simple tradition where they just simply keep getting the parliament adjourned, and then there is a lack of debate on any of these issues. So the BJP can get these bills passed, but then there will not be a constructive debate. So this thing, I think that Ms. Priyanka Gandhi should make more use of her oratory skills in the parliament rather than trying to get the parliament adjourned. So I think that this actually is definitely a motivational part for the Congress, but at the same time they have a lot of challenges in front of them, that in the fact that there are a lot of questions on their ideology as well. Their own alliance partners are questioning, that is, the CPIM had questioned the support of the Jamaat to Ms. Priyanka Vadra in her win. So all these kind of issues actually are there in front of Priyanka Vadra now that she has joined the parliament. And I think that in the days to come, she needs to prove that she definitely has this political acumen rather than just going there by the Gandhi surname. I think that is the biggest challenge in front of her, trying to prove that it is not just the family name that she has carried with her, but also she has some political acumen. So if she is able to do that, then it will definitely be a strength to the Congress party. Otherwise, it will only add to the BJP's accusation.
What sort of impact do you believe, Radhalakshmi, she is going to make in terms of course, her oratory and strategy also for the opposition in parliament?
Uday, very firstly, she being a woman, she definitely adds to the woman's strength. And now, in stark contrast, if you look at it, BJP has lost a very strong vocal female voice in terms of Smriti Irani. So, who was definitely countering the Gandhi family, not just in their own bastion, not just in their own constituency, but on all other matters as well. So now that definitely is a loss to the BJP, and to add insult to the wounds, I think that Priyanka Gandhi Vadra being there in parliament adds to the strength of the Congress. So now she has actually in the past, she has led the Congress saying ladki ho lad sakti hu, which has been countered by the BJP, because on a lot of issues Priyanka Gandhi has she chose to remain silent on issues on which she should have spoken up. So all these kind of issues definitely will be there in focus, and a lot of eyes will be there on Priyanka Gandhi Vadra for a lot more issues, lot more reasons than they were on Rahul Gandhi. So she has a lot more challenges in front of her, Uday, and at the same time, like I said, that she is able to counter a lot more issues more effectively than Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who appears to be needing some tutoring in able to effectively put across some points. So at the same time, she looks a little smarter, though she also has had a lot of goof ups in the past. So you cannot really say, but she definitely seems to be the smarter among the two siblings, Uday. That is how I see it. But at the same time, she has a lot of challenges in front of her, and I hope that the Congress looks at this as an opportunity to put forward their oratory skills rather than just creating noise in the parliament. This is how I look at it today.
Right. Gyanendra Mishra, quickly coming back across to you, now the fact, of course, is that we see how Priyanka also held up the constitution today, very similarly to what her brother had done earlier, where he had showed a constitution copy to the government. What messaging does this gesture by Priyanka have today?
So I think, Uday, the strategy of the Congress party on this aspect is very clear. They are basically making this as a part of their core strategy to see that the constitution in the danger on the many front by the policies of BJP and NDA alliance, and particularly in terms of when they are talking about the caste census, when they are talking about the attack on the secular character of the country and our constitution, when they are referring to the compromise on the integrity and impartiality of the various constitutional institutions, including, the investigating agencies and elections commissions, etc., etc. And they believe that this is the messaging that will resonate with the people, and this strategy got them significant success in the Lok Sabha as well, as we all have seen. But obviously, in some of the state elections, that strategy has not worked to the extent the Congress party was expecting it to happen. But I believe that the Congress is not going to leave this strategic, approach to highlight the attack on the very ethos of the constitutional framework of this country. And they also, I believe, take it as a part to counter the polarizing, practice of BJP in terms of polarizing the Hindu vote in their favor. So they feel it is an effective strategy to counter that narrative, and dilute the Hindu polarization in the sense by projecting that the constitution is in danger, or the Congress party stands for the constitutional values of the country, and the Congress party is ready to fight for that ideological standpoint where they stand in terms of some of the fundamental ethos of the constitution, in terms of a welfare state, in terms of in secular and socialist fabric of this country. And therefore, I believe that the strategy of the Congress is to keep this narrative at its core strategy.
All right.
And therefore, Priyanka Gandhi has, I think the another optics of was that because the Raj Lakshmi was also referring to it, that a narrative has also been built always around that there has to be some sort of a rivalry between the Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi.
Okay.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.